Twitter has sued billionaire Elon Musk in an effort to force him to follow through with his deal to buy the social media company. This comes after the Tesla and SpaceX CEO appears to have backed out of the recently announced blockbuster $44 billion Twitter acquisition agreement. And the most talked about corporate takeover of recent times appears to be in jeopardy as we record this in mid-July 2022.
At issue, bots. Automated accounts that can do the same things on Twitter as real humans, like send a tweet, like a post, follow, or retweet. Spam bots use these abilities to engage in potentially deceptive activity, and they can give the false impression about how many real people actually use Twitter.
So how big is the audience really? And how do Twitter users compare to those using other social media platforms? New Voodoo recently conducted another in its ongoing series of digital media studies to get at the truth. We use our own proprietary research because it's important for us to manage digital campaigns efficiently and prioritize ad spend to reach the greatest number of targeted prospects on behalf of our clients.
New Voodoo's 20th digital media study was fielded on June 5th and 6th with 5,495 compensated 14 to 54-year-olds across the nation, weighted for geography and population size. Here we trend the percentage of daily users in our overall sample. Respondents who recall using each platform at least once a day or more. In Tier 1, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram with over 50% daily users. In Tier 2, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitter, each with a daily use rate under 40%. YouTube is the only app to enjoy year-over-year growth, while Twitter continues a 12-month decline, bringing up the rear with only 31% of the sample using it daily.
And since most digital ad campaigns target particular demographic groups, it's important for advertisers to understand how these walled gardens perform by gender and generation. Once again, YouTube is dominant in our study, attracting leading percentages of daily users among men, women, Gen Z, and millennials. Meta-owned Facebook performs better with an older demographic. It even outperforms YouTube slightly among Gen Xers. And where it's weak, its partner, Meta-owned Instagram, picks up the slack, attracting 61% of Gen Z as daily users. Instagram outperforms even TikTok and Snapchat with that generation, though it's clearly a horse race in the competition for advertiser-coveted younger viewers. But where does that leave Twitter? Other than perhaps being in the conversation as a platform to reach men, Twitter lacks a competitive rank among daily users of any generation, attracting only 1 in 3 Gen Z, 1 in 3 millennials, and 1 in 4 Gen X.
How often these apps are used is another key metric for advertisers to know, because message frequency is what drives action. Here we measure chronic users, the percentage in our sample reporting using each platform 3 times a day or more. Google is the gold standard, with 4 in 10 in our total sample Googling multiple times a day. And that's more or less the reality across all generations and genders. Sister company YouTube is the most sticky among the walled garden platforms, with 3 in 10 in our total sample using it chronically. The app is especially dominant in men and among Gen Zers and millennials. Facebook and Instagram are next, at a combined 48% of our total sample, garnering especially heavy use among women and millennials. TikTok and Snapchat may not have impressive overall chronic daily user percentages, but for the audience they're targeting, they do exceptionally well, attracting 1 in 3 members of Generation Z as high-frequency daily users. That's superior to Instagram, and both platforms give YouTube a run for its money in the segment. Twitter, on the other hand, lacks significant strength anywhere, failing to muster 2 in 10 chronic users in any of the breakouts, and just slightly better than 1 in 10 in our sample overall.
Whether Elon Musk actually ends up with Twitter or the company retains its present ownership structure, there's a lot of work that needs to be done once the posturing lets up. Meanwhile, when it comes to managing digital ad strategies for our clients, New Voodoo will always follow our data. We offer foundational 4 digital ad plans on top-rated Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Plus, we specialize in connected TV, digital out-of-home, mobile conquesting, and contextual ad placement. Everything we do for our clients is custom and rooted in our ongoing research. We start with a complimentary needs analysis and customized media plan. Please feel free to reach out to me, Roger Malinowski, at tellmemore@newvoodoo.com.
Hitting the like button, cast your yes vote for more free media research from New Voodoo Media Services.